Welcome back to the Doula Johanna podcast. I'm so happy you're here with me today. As always, this is a space for reflection, growth, and learning how to be your own life doula. Today, I want to invite you to join me in exploring a challenge that could make a surprising difference in your life. Ditching alcohol for one whole month. If you're a parent, chances are you've already done it during pregnancy for the sake of your child. But what if this time you gave it a try just for yourself? Not as a punishment, but as a gift to your body, mind, and spirit. I did it many times, and I can truly recommend it, especially in a world that normalizes daily drinking all of the time. We've all seen it on social media. The wine mom whose only way to survive a chaotic day with kids is with a glass or even a bottle of wine, often hidden in a coffee cup or a water bottle. It's funny, right? It's relatable, but it's also fucking destructive. I get it. Life can feel overwhelming, and a glass of wine can feel like a quick way to unwind. But when we start laughing it off as the only way to tolerate the demands of parenthood or life, we're sending a message to ourselves and our kids that we need to be numbing ourselves to handle our emotions, our children, or our daily stressors. I'm not here to be the fun police or to tell you that you shouldn't drink if you enjoy it. But I want to invite you to think about something. What if we took a break for it, just for 1 month, one whole month of zero alcohol? It might sound like a long time to you or no big deal at all. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to propose an experiment. Maybe it will open your eyes to some incredible benefits for your health, your mindset, and even your relationship with yourself, with your partner, or your family. At least that is what it has done for me every time I intentionally ditched alcohol for a period of time. I promise to do it with you. I will not touch alcohol for the whole month of February. So, what are my reasons for trying to convince you, and me for that matter, to ditch alcohol? Reason number 1 is sleep quality. Let's talk about sleep. Something many of us, especially when we have kids, don't get enough of. With work, children, and life, it often feels like a luxury. But here's the catch. If you're using alcohol to unwind, you might be sabotaging your sleep without realizing it. While alcohol can help us fall asleep quicker, it disrupts the quality of our rest by messing with REM sleep, the deep restorative phase. Even if we sleep through the night, it's not the restorative sleep that our body craves. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Psychopharmacology found that alcohol fragments sleep and reduces REM quality, meaning you're not getting the full benefits. And to be honest, we have nothing to give away here. Like, we need all the sleep that we can get. So imagine this. By giving up alcohol for a month, you could improve the quality of your sleep and wake up feeling more rested and energized. We have so much to gain by making the most of the sleep we do get, and cutting out alcohol can be such a simple yet powerful step toward that. Reason number 2, better skin health. Okay. Let's talk about something that's on a lot of our minds, our skin. We spend so much time and often money on face creams, serums, and skincare routines, all in the name of maintaining that youthful, glowing complexion that we all dream of. But here's the truth. No serum in the world can fully compensate for the toll that poor lifestyle choices like drinking alcohol regularly can have on our skin. Alcohol is a toxin. When we're pregnant, we're so cautious about what we put into our bodies because we're protecting a growing baby. How about we give the same consideration to ourselves, just for our sake? Every time we drink alcohol, it dehydrates our skin, leaving it dry, dull, and uneven. Research backs this up. A study published in the International Journal of Dermatology found that Alcohol consumption has a significant impact on skin health, including increased inflammation, dehydration, and the development of certain skin conditions like rosacea. It also leads to redness, puffiness, and even acne breakouts. So before you splurge on that expensive serum, think about this. Regular drinking will probably be canceling out all the good your skincare routine is doing. Our skin is our body's largest organ, and what we put into our bodies matters at least as much as what we put on it. What if instead of adding more products to our routine, we gave our skin a break for a whole month by cutting out alcohol? We'll likely be amazed by the transformation. Less inflammation, clearer skin, and a natural glow that doesn't need to be covered by layers of makeup and expensive products. Reason number 3, hormonal imbalance. Let's talk about how alcohol affects our hormones and why women are particularly vulnerable. It's not just that drinking is bad for us, but it can seriously disrupt our hormonal balance, impacting everything from mood to weight, reproductive health, and overall well-being. Women process alcohol differently than men, partly because we have less of the enzyme that breaks it down. This means alcohol stays in our systems longer and has a stronger effect. But the real issue is how alcohol interferes with our hormonal system. It increases estrogen production, which can lead to hormone imbalances, PMS, irregular periods, and even fertility problems. For women with conditions like polycystic ovary syndrome, alcohol can worsen the symptom. A 2019 study in The Lancet showed that alcohol also affects the liver's ability to metabolize hormones, which can lead to excess estrogen and an increased risk of breast cancer. But it doesn't stop with estrogen. Alcohol also spikes cortisol levels, the stress hormones, which can heighten anxiety, stress, and mood swings. Over time, this contributes to adrenal fatigue, leaving us feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. Now, imagine taking a month off from alcohol. Without the constant disruption to our hormonal balance, we could feel more in control of our moods, have more regular cycles, and experience improved energy. A break from alcohol might be exactly what our bodies need to recalibrate. Let's give it a chance. Reason number 4, increased clarity and mental focus. All right, let's talk about something that's very close to my heart: mental clarity and focus. We're all on a journey to live our best lives, right? Whether it's growing our businesses, spending more quality times with our loved ones, or simply pursuing our passions, our goals are always within reach if we have the mental sharpness and energy to go after them. But here's the thing: alcohol can seriously slow us down. Imagine all the hours we lose to fucking hangovers, all the energy drained from our systems, and how much of our brain power is consumed by that foggy feeling after a night of drinking. At my age, when I drink, it takes me days to recover. Think about this. If we spend less time recovering from alcohol and more time honing our mental clarity, how much faster would we achieve our dreams? It adds up to so much extra time and energy we can invest in creating the life we want. Cutting out alcohol for a month could help you feel clearer and more focused without the distraction of recovery. It's not just about occasional hangovers. Regular drinking can seriously affect memory and cognitive function over time. Studies show that alcohol is a risk factor for dementia and can make it harder to retain memories, impacting our ability to cherish those precious moments with loved ones. A 2018 study in The Lancet Public Health found that long-term drinking increases the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. Those of us who drink daily are more likely to experience memory loss and difficulty with complex tasks as they age. For me, this is a wake-up call. I have several family members suffering from memory loss and dementia, and I'm committed to protecting the memories I'm making to the best of my abilities. It's not about being gloomy or fearful. It's about making choices that help us thrive. Imagine how much more we could do with a sharper mind, more mental clarity, and a better memory. A month of no alcohol could be the reset we need. We'll have more mental bandwidth to work towards our dreams and just enjoy life with more intention. That's the kind of clarity we all deserve. Reason number 5, learning about yourself. The real magic of going alcohol-free for a month is discovering about yourself. It's not just a physical detox. It's an opportunity to get curious about your habits, triggers, and the role alcohol plays in your life. When do you crave alcohol most? Is it after a long day to unwind, or for celebrations, or when you're feeling overwhelmed and need a break? Sometimes it's tied to social settings. There's something about clinking glasses that feels like instant fun, isn't it? But is it really the alcohol, or is it the people, the environment, or the ritual that makes those moments feel special? I'll share a personal story with you. When I was pregnant with my first child, I visited my best friend in Berlin. I obviously wasn't drinking, and I felt a little self-conscious, thinking I'd miss out on the fun. But then something incredible happened. We went dancing and later sang karaoke. There I was, sober except for 2 glasses of alcohol-free Prosecco, belting out songs for hours. And guess what? I had the best time. It hit me. The fun wasn't in the alcohol. It was in the connection and the joy of being with someone I love so much. That made me realize how many of my happy moments had nothing to do with alcohol. It was about the people and the experience. By ditching alcohol for a month, you can start noticing when you crave a drink and why. Are the people you drink with the ones who truly bring you joy? Or are you relying on alcohol to create a false sense of fun or relaxation? This self-reflection is powerful. It's not about judgment. It's about curiosity and kindness towards yourself. When you choose not to reach for a drink, you open up space to ask, what do I really need right now? Am I stressed or lonely or tired? Or am I just looking for an escape? And how can I show up for myself in a new way? Mindfulness around drinking can help build resilience too. You'll realize you can navigate tough emotions, awkward social situations, or anxiety without a crutch. It's like discovering a superpower you didn't know you had. And hey, you might surprise yourself with how much fun you can have sober. Those moments of true connection and joy, they are all you. Reason number 6, recognizing the challenge and confronting addiction. Here's a reason to try a month of no alcohol that might feel uncomfortable, but it's important. If the thought of not drinking for a whole month feels impossible, it might be a sign that your relationship with alcohol deserves a closer look. This hit home for me after a conversation with my uncle, my favorite uncle, who passed away 15 years ago. He was loving and quick to laugh, but he also struggled with addiction almost all of his life. After years of heavy drinking, his marriage ended, and he fought through many relapses before achieving sobriety. Sadly, just months after he got sober, he was diagnosed with lung cancer. But in the last 18 months of his life, he was sober and at peace. We had many deep conversations about addiction, and one thing he said stuck with me. He said, if you think that you can't go without drinking for a month, you're already addicted. At first, I resisted that thought. That's not me. But as I reflected, I realized how often I had excuses for not giving up alcohol. It's so-and-so's birthday, or what would people say at the wedding if I don't drink? Slowly, I recognized the pattern. Drinking had become a regular part of my life, and the idea of giving it up, even for just a month, felt hard. That realization scared me enough that I stopped drinking almost overnight, and I didn't have a drop for nearly a year. Why? Because I began to understand through my uncle's wisdom that addiction isn't just about how much or how often we consume something. It's about how dependent we feel on it. And I felt very dependent. Addiction from a scientific perspective is a chronic condition characterized by compulsive use despite harmful consequences. It can involve physical dependence, psychological reliance, and loss of control. Alcohol affects the brain's reward system, making us associate drinking with comfort, relaxation, or celebration. Over time, we can feel less able to cope without it. Research even shows that moderate drinking can lead to dependence, with about 30% of adults in the US reporting alcohol misuse on a regular basis. When my uncle said you should easily be able to go a month without drinking, he wasn't being harsh. He was encouraging me to honestly reflect on my habits. If the thought of going alcohol-free for 30 days feels daunting, lean into that discomfort and ask yourself why. Is alcohol your way to cope with stress, or fit in socially, or maybe avoid emotion? This month isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's a gift to yourself. It's an opportunity to step back, assess where you're at, and if you find it hard, that's not failure. It's a chance to learn and decide what kind of relationship you want with alcohol going forward. I often think of my uncle during moments like these. He taught me that sobriety isn't just about quitting something. It's about finding a deeper sense of identity. Even in the face of terminal illness, he basked in the joy of being sober. He was present, he was connected, and he was fully himself. So if you take on this month of no alcohol, I would love for you to remember this isn't about deprivation. It's about discovery. It's about honoring your body, your mind, and your ability to live a life that's truly free. What do you think? Will you give it a try? I would love to hear from you. You can DM me on Instagram at Doula Johanna, or write a comment underneath this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. If you have a friend who might benefit from listening to this episode, please share it with them. Also, I truly appreciate you following this podcast wherever you listen to it and leaving a review. This helps me so much reaching more people. Thank you for your help. Tune in again next Friday. Take care and be your own life doula.